Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my studio tour of 2018. A lot I've changed in the last part of 2017 and the start of 2018. There's a lot of emphasis, change is vitally important, and I'll show you a quick pic of how the office used to look like. Now what we're going to do is explore what I've changed and how much more better this new setup is. First of all, just to point out, this is an incredibly small room, and I need to utilize the space as most effectively as possible. Before I had terrible cable management skills, a lot of things have improved, and quite rightly so. Also, one of the other things is lighting. You always need good lighting in order to make yourself look a lot better. I don't know if this makes me look better or worse, but still, lighting is really important. I think for any YouTuber, you have to understand your space, and utilizing space is really important. So look at things to put in your room that, you know, your desk, is your desk too far away from certain things? Are you getting natural daylight? Do you need more natural daylight? Does that mean that you have to theoretically buy more lighting in order to improve that, and what lighting you should really get? The big emphasis of my new lighting is out with the old, in with the new, but the old can still help out. So I used to have these studio lights here, and they're kind of like basic things. You can get them on Amazon, standard studio lighting, because I use a green screen. I've recently purchased these things over here, which are LED lighting. So this lighting is incredibly bright, and I won't kind of force this on you, but as you can see, if I step to the left, that's a very powerful LED light. The great thing about these LED lights is that you can alter the amount of kind of brightness. So if we go up to the top here, it's going to be incredibly bright. But if you lowered it down, you can go and get a very, very, very dimmed light. I'm just scrolling it down. And as you can see, we're getting better and bright and less brighter until we're down to like even like this one here is like, does seem quite bright, but at the same time you can change this in order to kind of fit your room, which I really like. These particular LED lights are called Newers, and you can get them on Amazon. They go quite well, good price, and at the same time I think they're pretty good. You can have them really versatile, especially if you have a battery pack. These ones run off of a battery. I decided to pick up a battery pack, kind of like a double battery pack, which means that I can have these two on charge, say while I'm recording some videos or kind of editing. During the editing process, these can go on charge, and they have about 4 hours constant time on them, which isn't too bad, especially if your video kind of recording time is a lot less, but say your editing time is more. It's always best record, put them on charge while you edit. My office is based on versatility, and versatility based on things I like. I like natural daylight. The last 2 years I've not had natural daylight, so it's really good to have a office that I can change. So I can go from having a style which I shoot with the green screen, but then can change it to let in natural daylight. So therefore I can then take my desk, which is on casters, and I can move it around the room freely. I can have it over to one side and be able to look out the window because it's a nice view, but at the same time I can then close the curtains and put the lights on to then do some work with the green screen. But if I choose to do so, I can take the desk whilst you're on it, and I can move it around. So let's talk about the desk. First thing is my monitor is mounted, and I can adjust that as to my fancy. The Logitech 920 camera is above. It's a camera that served me well, but I've moved on to bigger and better things. We've got the portrait monitor there, kind of switched the way up because I can then have scripts, and that's the main thing. I can then rotate it around so I can read my scripts from my green screen when I'm standing by it. And the next thing is this lovely mic here. This is a Rode NT USB with the Rode shock mount, and I do think this is a great combination. The mic has been great so far. The Rode NT USB delivers fantastic and very clear quality when it comes to sound capture. There's a few issues with regards to working with OBS, but that's the thing. Everyone has problems with OBS, and it is just only slight times it won't pick up a certain kind of a bit where I've kind of said something in a certain way, like this, when I'm articulating something and it just won't pick up for some reason. But apart from that, it's something that needs fine tweaking, which I'm working on. Nothing's really changed when it comes to the computer. It's been the same for a while. I do plan to get a new computer based on the fact that this one just doesn't seem to work well with anything that I use in it. When I put in a new SSD, it didn't really function towards that quite well, which is rather frustrating. But I do plan to get a new computer and kind of build it in a way that I think is going to be really good for the future of the channel. The next thing is to be churning out 4K videos. That is the hope. But also I need a better video editor, which I will probably buy in the future. I'm not 100% certain, but most of the setup that I've kind of put money towards has made me skint at the moment, which then puts into doubt things like going to New York Comic Con, which I do hope to do. But the really important thing is to produce that quality content that means that people are interested and coming back for more, and also what they'd expect to see. What of a camera, I hear you ask? Why is it such a decent HT quality? Not this one here, but this is a good quality camera. I'm shooting this in more of a kind of a vlog thing, as you can see over there. And this is what I'm working with. This is the Rebel. I think this is the SL2 Rebel in America, but in the UK and Europe it is the 200D, Canon 200D, and it's a pretty sturdy and as well as very kind of like excellent quality camera. But I don't really use it in a conventional sense. I actually use it with something called Camlink through a product called Elgato. So how the Elgato Camlink works, it is connected via this kind of dongle thing, which costs a lot of money. It's like 100 and odd pounds, so it could be like $140 I think in the US or wherever you're picking it up. And this little thing is just a dongle, sticks into your PC. You're able to connect it via a HDMI lead. Do check, if you are interested, do check that your model of camera is compatible. I had to do 3 months of research with regards to this setup, and in particular it was to find out whether or not my camera, which I've got, is compatible with the Camlink, and luckily it is. So HDMI lead standard to a micro or slimline HDMI lead into the camera itself. Now that all seems pretty straightforward, but there has been a few snags with it. When I got the camera, I had to change the settings on the camera in order to make sure that some of the grid lines as well as information did not crop up or pop up whilst I was doing the record through things like OBS Studio, because theoretically it treats it like it's a webcam. The next thing was lenses. This is a 10-18 lens, and the lens that I had prior just zoomed in too far and was not really good. A lot of YouTubers and vloggers will say that the 10-18 lens is the best one to go for. And it does show that it's important to get one, especially for close distance like I had. It's a very wide angled lens. You do need this. The next thing that I've had a lot of problems with in the past is the green screen. Yeah, like this green screen here is a lot better. It's not amazing, but it's a lot better than it was. I decided that I would needed to use safety pins and also tack. So you'll see in this setup here, like going down, there's a tack which is right there. And that really keeps the green screen in place without totally wrecking my walls, because I was thinking about using pins, but tacks don't go in quite so far. You may even see on the floor that I've got little markings, and these are where my kind of cameras and also my lighting goes, in order to kind of make sure that I know each time where things go in the room. So I can then take things away and also then put them back and also readjust them, but know where the best optimal light positioning, how the light's hitting me, is working. Storage is incredibly important, so in here I've got a few things which I desperately need at times. So I've got cables, I've got plugs, I've got things like props in there. I've then got in here like old tech. So I've got my old microphone, the Samsung CO1U, and I'll probably do that later date, like do a like how I've kind of evolved my setup through the years. And also I've got my old pop filter, which is there, but I don't really need that at the moment because the Rode has that built in, so that's great. The final thing I want to talk about is cable management. Now the great thing about having this on casters is a really versatile, as I've said, setup that I can wheel around the room. So we've got up here, we've got Velcro kind of ties for things like here and there. So I've got headphones, and I've got here, this is what plugs into the Elgato and then plugs into my phone. We've then got, you know, cables just routed around things, and also they're tied in. I've got the same thing behind my monitors with regards to the way they're mounted on the versatile mount. So it's a really kind of good setup, and also it's cable management heaven. So thank you very much for watching this office setup video, and obviously if you have any questions or want any reviews, then let me know in the comment section below. If this gets quite popular, then I could do an ongoing series and kind of give you some tips on stuff that I've used and how it's benefited the channel. Also, affiliate links to the stuff that I bought is in the description below. Those are the main things that I bought, and also some things that I would recommend as well. I can do some videos with regards to small YouTubers to how you kind of grow. That could be something that's quite good. Let me know in the comment section. So that's been the tour of 2018. This has been my new setup. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more. If these kind of videos interest you, then let me know in the comment section and I will do a lot more, and also give you some hints and tips on stuff that I've used in the past. Affiliate links can be found in the description below as well if you want to purchase any of the stuff, and maybe I could talk about the technical stuff and just general reviews. Thanks very much again for watching, and I shall catch you in another video. Bye bye for now.